Hello again, my name's Gabe Zolna. This is the 22nd of July 2017. Don't know if any of you will ever get to see this. I hope you do. Hope you get to hear it and hope you decide to pass it along to your like-minded friends. One of my friends who is a snowbird. Yeah, he's actually a neighbor of mine most of the time, but he leaves for his home in New York during the summer months. And he sent me this email titled, "Draining the Swamp is Messy." Our home is in a community of 2,000 homes located on the Intercoastal Waterway in North Carolina. Everything lives here. Alligators, water moccasins, rattlesnakes, seahawks, egrets, giant blue herons, mosquitoes, blood-sucking mosquitoes. We watch from our back porch as dolphins chase sailboats and motorboats up the Intercoastal and watch the moon rise over the ocean to cast its glow over the Intercoastal. When the community decided to drain the swamp in the center of this community, it was a big deal. Draining the swamp was messy. The swamp was about 10 football fields, about 6 feet deep, with lots of creatures living in it. It was a dangerous swamp, not one that you would walk or swim. You could not dare sit next to it in the dark on a moonless night. If not the snakes, then the mosquitoes would eat you alive. As the water level decreased, the creatures were exposed. As the water level disappeared, all that was left was 3 feet of yucky black mud and the roots of dying cypress trees. The fish, snakes, frogs, rats, and birds were all stranded in the yucky mud. Those creatures in the swamp fought for their lives as the swamp disappeared. The fish flopped around in the black mud looking for water for life. The frogs croaked incessantly all night while their young pollywogs were stranded lifeless at the bottom of the black mud. Snakes slithered in every direction in the black mud in search of food. The rats that live in a hollow along the water abandoned their nests, while the birds that fed on the swamp creatures also abandoned the area. Finally, the mud dried out. No more snakes, no more rats. No more fish, no more frogs, no more mosquitoes, and no more birds that fed off those creatures of the swamp. That same thing is happening to the political swamp in America. Trump is draining the swamp. His picks for his cabinet are all swamp drainers. Yeah, 3 are from Goldman Sachs, 3 of 23. Practically all of his cabinet have executive experience, military or government or private sector. And it is the executive branch now, isn't it? The mud is becoming visible as all the creatures who live in the swamp are fighting for their lives. Government employees at the IRS, EPA, and education are flopping in the mud like dying fish. The lobbyists are slithering here and there looking for government funds like the snakes in the mud, especially those who wrote Obamacare. The liberal media cartel is chirping and croaking all the time like frogs trying to reverse the draining. The tax and spending politicians are dying off like the blood-sucking mosquitoes. The political appointees of Obama are fleeing D.C. for other jobs like the birds who lost their meal tickets. And the information leakers like Comey and Lynch are looking for new places to rest like the rats that left the swamp. Soon, all that will remain will be the dying institution, like public education, is the dying cypress trees of our society. Everyone who lived off the swamp is praying for rain, election rain, so Democrats might win some elections from Republicans, since the Democrats suffered such horrible defeats during the 8 years of Obama. Impeachment rain, so that professional politicians can rid of Trump as the swamp drainer. Low approval rating reign, so the media can claim they were correct about Trump. Virtual rain, fake rain, so pundits can claim that Trump is not making any progress, even though the results say the opposite. Draining the swamp is messy, muddy, but the mud will soon dry. Democrats just lost special elections in Arkansas and Omaha after sinking millions into them. Democrats might grab an election here and there in places like Georgia, where the demographics are changing to black communities, but not without millions and millions of campaign money, as witnessed by Tuesday's special election. Too bad, so sad. And Democrats cannot afford to do that for all the elections in 2018. Democrats must defend 23 senators in 2018, as compared to 10 for Republicans. And Democrats must win 25 seats in the U.S. House from Republicans, and then win back 900 state legislative seats and 14 governorships. If Georgia is an example, that will cost Democrats hundreds of millions to try. SCOTUS will be rendering its decision about Trump's executive order just before the 2018 election. And more than likely, SCOTUS will rule against the Obama-appointed judges who live in the lower court swamps. SCOTUS will help Trump. Comey is gone. Lynch is in trouble. Clinton is back in trouble. The Clinton Foundation donors are talking. Clapper and Yates both said there was no evidence of collusion between Trump and the Russians. Schumer is gasping for rain like one of those stranded fish. His Republican swamp buddies like McCain will abandon him as he dies. A rat leaving the swamp even though they shared an apartment together. His Wall Street swamp buddies cannot help him. The Washington Post and the New York Times and CNN and NBC are all trying to seed the clouds, but none of it is producing enough rain to help Schumer stop Trump from draining the swamp. Draining the swamp is loud. Listen to all the hysterical liberal media cartel who are trying to make it rain in order to save the swamp where they live. Chanting, lies, rain dances. But no rain is coming, only fake rain. The swamp will soon dry, and when it is, then the next task to make America great again. Every once in a while, an email arrives that is so good, it must share it with all of my email lists. This is one of them, well worthy of posting and circulating. Title: Draining the Swamp is Messy, May the 14th, 2017, by Michael Master, author of Save America, Now Rules for Conservatives, and the Birth Famine. Folks, if you don't pass this one along, you're on the wrong channel. I hope you enjoyed hearing what I enjoyed reading, and a special thanks to my buddy, and you know who you are, don't you?